Bombidi Mami.
Oh,
5 days more.
5 days
according
more.
to our calendar. 5 days more to do what Shatta Wale calls Operation 360 at the Accra Sports Stadium. And we have so many things to talk about. So many things to talk about, especially in this agenda. Because this agenda is no mean an agenda.
No.
It's an agenda that deserves everybody's effort coming on board to make it happen.
Wow.
It's an agenda that demands that whoever wishes Shatta Wale well should be a part of this. Unless you don't wish him well. But if you wish him well, then this agenda is your agenda.
Wow.
So they are the people we are going to talk to in this particular segment.
Okay.
If you are someone who wishes Shatta Wale well, then this video is for you.
Okay.
If you are someone who wishes Shatta Wale well, then you have to share this video to reach the other guy who also wishes Shatta Wale well. If you don't, you can mute the sound and watch us doing this.
Even that one, I'm sure some of the action self will catch up with you.
When you hear this, when you see this,
some of the actions
my God will do like this, yeah.
Operation.
Exactly. So when you see this, then you should know what we are talking about.
Wow.
That looks good so far.
Yeah, it looks good. In fact, I am very impressed with even the publicity and the whole arrangement as far as this event is concerned. But on the table today, I want to ask my big man. We are just left with some few days to the big night. What are some of the things that we should look out for as fans? What are some of the cautions that even as event organizers that we would want them to do? Is there anything that we need to learn as even a people from previous events or just ended events that has happened or taken place over some few months ago or even this year? Is there something that we need to learn? Are there things that we need to do right? What are some of the pointers? This and many more is what my big man is coming to educate us on. Let's hear from him and, of course, enjoy the show as well with me.
Ro, thank you for this one. To me, every good cause that involves me, I also put in my all to make sure it happens.
Wow.
Sometimes there might be some cause elsewhere that you might not be part of. So such deals, no matter what you do, you cannot put in much. But when it involves you, when it revolves around you, when you are called to be part of the table, then you have to come in with your A game.
Wow.
And I'm sure with Shatta Wale's agenda to get the stadium filled up for the second edition of the Freedom Wave concert, I have been called to be part of it, whether I like it or not.
Nice.
One, the big announcement was made on my show.
On your platform.
And it's a big priority to me that there were so many choices that Shatta Wale and Medical could have used, but they decided to do it on my platform. So that alone puts my hand in that mail. That whether I'm ready to eat or not, I have to still taste it because my hand is already in it. Exactly. Coupled with the fact that for some time I've been playing the media kind of role for Team SM because they have called us to that task. So it also makes us part of it. And like we always say, we are media people, open to do God's work. If you always want to be, you want to make us part of your dealings, why not? We are open. We are not tied to just one person. We are open to whoever would want our services. So this message goes to the artists involved, Shatta Wale and Medical. It goes to the fans.
Wow.
The fans are part of this. It goes to the people who are going to be in the helm of affairs for the organization itself. It goes to them as well. And it goes to everybody who will be playing a role as much as this event is concerned, and also to those who will just be coming to have fun. It goes to them.
How about the curious people who also would want to see how things go on the night?
They are going to be at the receiving end based on what results these people I'm sending the message to would put in. So after putting all the works in, their result will be for those who are on the fence. Because those who are on the fence, they are sitting there waiting for either side. Whether to go west or to go south. Or whether to go east or to go north. So they are just waiting for it. So I am just hoping that, guys, let's see how best we can put in our all to make it happen.
Okay.
So let's look at some Or you want to ask a question?
No, I was just about to ask, what are your pointers? Let's get into it.
Number one.
Okay.
Maybe not in any other, but because I have 10 of them.
Oh, wow.
Yes, not in any special order, but because I have 10 of them, I'm just putting them out. So number one.
Okay.
See what Shatta Wale wants to do. To fill the stadium in that 360 format. It's going to be one of the biggest bragging rights for any artist and his fan base.
I see.
Because Shatta Wale himself has said it that if really someone wants an artist to do that, it is going to be a hard task to achieve, because these things are easily achieved by the men of God. And he mentioned the Otabels. He mentioned all the big men of God who can command crowd and say, today we are going to the Accra Sports Stadium to pray, to do waiting, to do wailing and prayers, to do this and crossover. And within just some few minutes or days of announcement, they can pull the 360 stadium field. So every artist in Ghana knows that it is not easy to achieve. But Shatta Wale wants to try. In fact, when you push Shatta Wale to even say the 360 thing, he doesn't really say it with all the vim in him. I know. Yeah, he doesn't say, because he knows it is not easy to achieve.
I see.
That's why I'm saying that my first point to whoever is watching is that if Shatta Wale is able to do this, that bragging right, no artist in Ghana would ever take it away from him. Because you won't be able to do it unless you have done it too. You cannot just say with your mouth that, oh, me too, I can do. No. Do it and let's see. Show receipt. Show action. Show result. Point one is that to everybody who would want to help Shatta Wale to achieve this 360 thing at the stadium, they need to make sure this will be that number one bragging right for every artist in this country with his fan base. That nobody can just say, oh, we too, we can do it. No. Go and do it. Okay. So if you want to be part of this bragging rights as an SM fan, as an SM addict, and as an SM supporter, make sure it happens. Go to the Accra Sports Stadium with 50 of your friends, like Derek Money has been doing. Tag 100 of your friends. Guys,
99 others.
Let's go to the Accra Sports Stadium. It is 40,000 we are talking about.
Oh, yes. 40,000.
So even if you go with 100 of your friends, it means you have 100 friends more who are also supposed to go with 100. Because the 100, you give us 1,000. Like the 100, 10 of the 100 to give us what? 1,000. And 40,000. You want to be part of that bragging right? Make sure you are part of this system. Point two. Shatta Wale wants to be a history maker in our music industry. And I'm sure this is one of the things he wants to do to make sure that his name will really be written in history books. Being the first ever musician in Ghana to have filled the Accra Sports Stadium 360.
All around.
All around. History. This is history. Like, it is not just anybody. The last time NDC had their Congress, we saw it. The place was still empty. And this is NDC we are talking about.
A whole
DJ Boy and all those guys. Oh, we didn't see anything. We didn't see anything. I didn't even feel like something was happening there. It was like a normal day where some students have gone on some excursions or something. That was how I felt. But this time on, one musician with his friend, medical, they want to do this. What kind of history again would come in Ghana music that you won't try this? You would write this every day and every day.
As far as social gathering is concerned.
Oh, talk about shows, talk about numbers, and that will be the first thing you say. Talk about shows, talk about numbers, and that is going to be the first ever thing you are going to write that. Oh, in Ghana, when we are talking numbers, there's one artist who has been able to fill the Accra Sports Stadium 360. At least we can give it to Makasio and Fancy Gadam with Tamale. That, yes, even that you guys are doubting they feel it because you think it wasn't 360. Maybe I'm sure that will be their next task as well. If Shatta Wale is able to do it, then it will be their next task as well. So, yes, history in the making, and Shatta Wale wants to be the guy in the center of it.
Okay.
Point three. Let's talk about sometimes artists like Sarkodie will say, oh, Sack Nation, do this for me. Stoneboy will say, Beam Nation, do this for me.
Streaming party.
Like, this, to me, is one of the things Shatta Wale is requesting for his fans to do for him. Yes. Maybe he has been empowering them. He's been urging them to do things on their own, to live life, to be who they are today. But I'm sure for the very first time, I have seen an artist begging for something from his fans. And this is this concert.
Interesting.
Yes. He has been telling them to do so many things. He turned out that, guys, help me to do this.
Help me achieve this.
When we went to Osino, in the middle of the performance, he mentioned it too. Or he had to mention it too. Yeah. I'm sure from now till that day, maybe he doesn't have more gatherings like that. But if he should have more gatherings like this, any given opportunity, he will call the fans. That fans, I'm pleading, help me to achieve this. Let's shame the haters. Well, I know there is someone waiting. You know, remember right after the announcement, Lil Wayne and Zion Felix in an interview where Lil Wayne said, "Oh, no artist can do it. Every artist who says he's failed electricity, they are lies." So you see, all these people, they will not be straight and come like this. What we are saying, but if Shatta Wale is not able to do it with medical, the next day all these faces will come up. They will all come out talking about, oh, Obi Entimi. So for the first time, I can see an artist on his knees begging his fans, guys, help me to do it. And this is where I also want to feel the real SM power. If really they want us to believe that they have been winning the fan base award,
the biggest fan base in Ghana.
The biggest fan base in Ghana. This is the time for them to do it. Show it. Because this time around, even their boss is asking for it.
Begging you to leave
He's
your
asking like, guys, do it for me. Let's shame the naysayers. Do it for me and let's see how it goes. So I'm seeing an artist putting out a request to fans. And if you put out a request to your fans and they are not able to achieve it for you, you know how it feels.